Welcome back. All eyes on the people. Man, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? And for good reasons, been working on building a brand, putting out new content, a few different strategies, scaling, just taking the business to the next level. Um, However, I still have been active in the community, working with local talent. We just trying to build, man. Some some really good guys out here and women out here working, building momentum. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to help out where I can. You know, help myself while helping others. Help others while helping myself in return. Just building. That's pretty much what building is. But yeah, so we back. Uh, um, where are we? It's the third episode official. I think I had another unofficial episode here or there. I haven't really been looking at my most recent content. I need to, and just to get my analytics together. However, yeah, this is an official episode. There will not be a guest today. I do have a guest. Well, not a guest physically. I went to a festival, the Blueberry Festival this weekend, and I did some interviewing some of the participants, and I have a really good interview that I want to share with you all later on in the show. Woo, boy, where is the time going, man? Let's see. It is the middle of April, almost April 15th, 2 days. If you haven't did your taxes, make sure you do those, or you'll be paying some fees with your tax return. Um, yeah, shout out to everybody that has already did their taxes and all that. Shout out to everybody pushing the line, the deadline, crunch time. Go ahead and get it done. Shout out Rose Gleason, my personal tax rep. Phenomenal. I've been working with her for about 5 years now. If you're ever in the 229, look her up. Tap in with her. Phenomenal. She'll get you right. Everything legit. I hate to even say that, because I said she'll get you right. You know what I mean? But really, she got me right. She was asking about stuff daycare, HSA, my business. She was helping me. I think it's the C Corp or something like that, some type of form. She was helping me get that taken care of. She was patient. I was going through, because I didn't, I'm not going to lie, for my business, I didn't have it as documented as I should have, but I knew, where everything was and how to access all the info I needed. So like I said, she was patient, let me get some of the stuff I needed, in the process of providing my tax information. So she definitely allowed me not to leave any money on the table or leave any money unclaimed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Rose Gleason, check out in the 229. Tell her I sent you. So, yeah, all eyes on the people. Welcome back. Like I said, it's been a minute. Last show, we had DJ Tales check in with us. DJ Tales is a one of probably the hottest DJ in South Georgia, North Florida. shout out to all the DJs in the V Town for sure, 229 and North Florida. But yeah, DJ Tels was the last guest. That went very well. I trimmed down the episode. There were a lot of one-off things we were discussing that weren't really on track with the show layout or the format, but some additional behind-the-scenes stuff that should be coming out at the end of this season. But nevertheless, here we are, episode 3 officially. So, rapper J. Cole signed a deal, I guess, to play with the Chinese League Nanjing Monkey Kings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out J. Cole, man. It's crazy. I didn't know he had already played overseas or played professional. I know he played high school, of course. Well, not of course, but high school. And I think he played, I thought he played at St. John's. I thought that's how he ended up in New York. I know he's from North Carolina, but shout out J. Cole. He signed a deal to play with the Chinese Basketball Association, the CBA. Now this is coming from ESPN, so just gonna go ahead and just summarize this. All right, so we got J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, the Grammy award-winning, multi-Grammy award-winning platinum artist. Okay, so he committed to play a few games for the Chinese team last year, and he is a man of his word. Showed up, suited up. You know what I mean? I saw a couple clips. It wasn't the best clips that somebody showed. You know what I mean? It was somebody making content, something to get clicks, something to get people talking, guys doing this funny voiceover. It may have been his real voice, I don't know. But he's doing the voiceover, and, he's showing J. Cole shooting air balls, and he showed J. Cole pull up from the corner, and, it went on the side of the backboard. It's crazy. But, yeah, I mean, he's doing it. That's what's most important. So, shout out to him. He also played for the Rwanda Patriots of the in the Basketball Africa League in 2021, and he played for the Scarborough Shooting Stars in the Canadian Elite Basketball League in 2022, and that's Toronto. That's what's up. I would love to have the time freedom, the location freedom, and the financial freedom to walk on to a professional sports team and try out. Especially if I have the trainers, the fitness staff, just everybody that can keep me in shape and, ready to compete against everybody that's trying to get in one of these 12 slots. You know what I'm saying? So that's big, man. And I know, well, I don't know, but I'm sure something of it has to do with his stardom. Of course, what professional team wouldn't want an athletic mega star on their team? You're already a star outside of basketball or whatever, sport or whatever. But let's just say you're like this big actor or this big musician, and you want to, put your time and money into training and becoming, elite at a sport, or becoming good, really, really good at a sports where you can compete with, others and make the team. But yeah, he won a Grammy, J. Cole, with 21 Savage for that song A Lot. I mean, cause you got a lot, you know what I'm saying? I like that song. I like the sample for sure. Sample was hard. But yeah, he's also got 6 platinum albums. He's produced for Janet Jackson, Kendrick, and also Young Thugger. Shout out Jeffrey. Heard that song he previewed the other day. It was definitely a 2016 vibe. I could definitely hear Drake jumping on that.
Your content should look like your level. If it doesn't, you need All Eyes on Media Group. a digital media content creation company for all brands and businesses. Reels starting at only $80. Music videos starting at $200. Serious inquiries only. DM content. Let's work.
AI, artificial intelligence. Are you using it? How are you using it? When are you using it? What are you using it for? You know, those are the questions that we should ask ourselves. If you're not against technology totally, you know, I definitely suggest you try something like ChatGPT. Allows you to maximize your time, maximize your brain power, you know, just 10x it. Just really allow you to expound on what you're doing. Just really just take you to the next level. A lot of people are using AI for the videos like Sora, or just, you know, just creating funny videos, comical videos, using it for roasting, just describing things, you know, for play, you know, not necessarily for advancement or efficiency. But, you know, I suggest if you're not totally against technology, try AI. I've tell people ChatGPT is the Coca-Cola of AI, because it's the first one people heard of. You know, people refer to AI as ChatGPT, even if you're using Claude or Nano Banana or Grok or Gemini. You know, so I suggest try it. You can do a lot with the free version. The free, it's not even a trial. It's the free version. You can do a lot with it. It does have limitations, but you can still do a lot with it. So give it a shot. Before I get out of here, just want to shout out to the city of Valdosta, the 4th annual Bluesberry Festival. Beer, blues, and blueberries was this past weekend, April 11th and 12th. It was amazing. The turnout was outstanding. The performances, stellar. The vendors, phenomenal. Just everything about it. The weather was excellent. You know, it was awesome. Bluesberry Festival is a you know, it's a new tradition in the city. So the 5th should be pretty cool. But nevertheless, I got a lot of good content while I was out there. You know, All Eyes on Media was on the scene, talking to the people, vibing with the people. Actually, I had a chance to speak with the good brother Tyson. He is running for office. So I got a chance to speak with him. He was able to share a little bit about his campaign, which is going to be later on this year in November, I believe, the election. And I just want to share this with everyone so that if you're in the district or in the area where he's running, you can be aware of what he's about, what he's looking to do, and how you can help. So, once again, this is Tyson, Valdosta, Georgia.
Tyson Hayes, running for City Council, District 4. One of the biggest things is transparency in local government when it comes to our people. When I say transparency, our people need to be more involved and get information that's going on locally. Because your local government impacts you directly. I know people like to vote for president, that's fine, definitely, but what happens in your local community is what's going to impact you directly. So I want to be the person that can be the source of information for our people. Somebody that's in the community, somebody that's in the neighborhood, that can talk to the people and enlighten the people on what's going on. That's the same thing somebody did for me. Anything supporting the youth, I'ma always be with it. We want to get the youth off the corner, we got to get them to do something else. Not a lot of things going on today that the youth can be involved in. that's affordable, I'm gonna say, because when I was coming up, I'm a product of Primary Youth Center. Membership was $2. Everything is so high now, so we got to figure out what can we do to keep the youth off the streets and involved in activities. And during the summer, after school, keep them involved. That's the only way we're gonna stop the crime rate. As far as safety in the community, we want jobs to come down here. We have to keep our community safe. We have to keep our streets clean, because who's gonna want to come and set up shop in an area that's not safe? And then people want to be safe in their neighborhoods. If you want to go outside and walk, taking trash out, we got to keep our community safe. There's been local stores that's been robbed. People's houses have been broken into. I spoke with people who also said they have bullets that don't been going through the walls, and they have kids. So I'm also pushing for safety. So vote Tyson Hayes, District 4 City Council.
And there you have it. And there you have it. So, shout out to everybody tuning in. Remember to comment, like, share, also subscribe. It's all eyes on the people. Remember, you can also check me out on Man Cave Memoirs with Tony Tong of Tony Tong Jewelry. And you can also check me out on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok situations that I got going on. I'll put the links in the description. Yeah, man, shout out to everybody, man. And we out.